Alright, question number 2. We're doing the same 3 parts. We're going to find vertical asymptote, we're going to find horizontal or oblique, and then probably list some ordered pairs. Okay, so again, with the vertical, the VA is always x equals, and we focus on the bottom only. So x minus 9 equals 0. Solve for x, we get x equals 9. Okay, so that is the equation for our vertical asymptote, x equals 9. Okay, so we went over the rules for horizontal asymptote on problem 1. So we have to look at the degree. And so the biggest thing in the top is negative 3x. So that's a first power, 1 degree. On the bottom, we just have one single x. So that's also 1 degree. When the degrees are equal, the horizontal asymptote is y equals the ratio. So negative 3 divided by 1. That's the coefficients. You look at these numbers out front. So when these are the same, you just do this division. So we get y equals negative 3. So our horizontal asymptote is y equals negative 3. Alright, and now we're going to pick some points. So it's a little bit more complicated this time because we're going to be plugging in x on the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to pick some relatively small numbers to work with and do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to pick x to be, let's say, 2, 1, 0, negative 1. You can try to look and find some whole numbers, but it doesn't matter. We just need 4 points. So if I plug a 2 in for x on the top, that'll give me a negative 6 plus 1, which gives me a negative 5 on top. On the bottom, if we plug a 2 in, that will give us a negative 7. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so we're going to put this as 5 over 7. That's what we get when we plug in 2. So I'm just doing mental math here. If we plug in a 1, that will give me negative 3 plus 1, which will give me a negative 2 on the top. On the bottom, if I plug in 1, I will get a negative 8. And I can reduce negative 2 over 8 to be a positive 1/4. Alright, if I plug in a 0 on top and bottom, that will give me a 1 on the top, a negative 9 on the bottom, and so we will just have a negative 1 over 9. And if I plug in negative 1 on the top, that will give us negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3, plus 1 is 4. So 4 on the top and a negative 1 on the bottom. A negative 1 minus a 9 gives me a negative 10. And I can divide by 2, and that gives me a negative 2/5. Okay, so here are my ordered pairs I have listed. These are what I'm going to type in here. And anything works, you pick it. So 2, comma, we're going to do 5 over 7. And then we're going to do 1, comma, and then 1 over 4. And then we have 0, and then negative 1 over 9. Doesn't matter if you put the negative on top or the bottom, it's the same. And then the last one is going to be negative 1, and then negative 2/5.